because I always spill. Now here's the torque wrench, so we're going to show you about that today. And the socket extension. And we have 10 millimeter here for the filter. And we have a 21 millimeter here, which fits on the large underneath bolt drain plug. And this is located right here. And we're going to have a nice, clean, new oil pan. Just in case there's something in the oil that we might want to check, have a good, clean pan. The drain plug. The engine has been warmed up. It's a little on the hot side, so you have to be a little careful around here. And I use the short extension so that I can get very straight. And in this case, we're going to pull to release the thread, to loosen it. Pull. We're on the right side of the bike. It's nice and clear. And now, your hand, loosen the bolt all the way. And let the bike drain. Once the engine oil stops dripping, clean the surface. And replace the gasket and the bolt, the oil plug on the bottom of the engine, and screw it in hand tight. And to tighten it, you turn it clockwise. Just run it up snug and just give it a little more, and that should do it. To change the oil filter, move the oil pan underneath, and with a 10 millimeter socket, remove the 3 acorn nuts. Note, this will leak a little if there's oil in the filter, so put your rag underneath. The cover should come off easily, and in this case the O-ring is stuck on the engine case. Remove it very carefully and replace it in the O-ring groove. Also be careful to note that the spring here is not dropped or lost. The oil filter, and this one has all kinds of junk in it, which is rather interesting. We have gasket material that obviously got pumped through. Any other material in there? No. Okay, so take your rag and clean the area. Okay, and you'll notice on the inside here, there is an O-ring. Check and make sure that it is still intact. Take your new your new oil filter and replace it. And replace and with your 10mm wrench, run the nuts up hand tight. It's an O-ring seal, so you don't need a whole lot of torque on it. Move the fill plug. And look for any dirt material around. Clean. Make sure you don't put anything in there other than oil. I use a funnel, and we're going to put in 1.5 quarts, approximately 1.5 liters of oil. And we will in this case we're using Castrol GTX, and this is the 10W40 oil. Okay. And then we're going to add 1/2 quart approximately. And we can look down at the sight glass, and we can see that right now we are at exactly the middle of the full mark. So we're going to put the plug in. And then we're going to start the engine, pump the oil up into the filter, and then we'll double check it and refill. And right here, it's the high mark and the low mark, and we're almost to the high mark. So we're going to call that it. Okay, and we put the plug cap back in. I'll wipe everything down. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the front brake on Judy's bike. I'm going to check it, see if we need to change the pads.